Hi guys, welcome to Little Wicket Railway. I'm Rob and today I'm going to be trying to fix this non-running Hornby Class 58. Okay, so here we have the model, picked up second-hand off eBay, sold as a non-runner for $22.99. And I like to buy these non-runners because it gives me a chance to take them apart, find out how they work and have a go at fixing them. Generally, I look for models that are in fairly good condition body-wise, but might need some either a service or some electrical tweaking, because the stuff on the insides I can have a go at fixing. Any of this stuff, the bodywork, needs to be replaced because it's very difficult to fix it. And when this was sold with the description of being in very good condition, when I took it out the pack though, I discovered this. Big chunk out the centre bodywork. It looks to me as if someone's had a go at trying to take this apart and jammed a screwdriver in there, which isn't really the right way of trying to take these apart. So that was a bit of a blow when I opened it, but anyway, that can be replaced. I've picked myself up a spare bit of centre body off eBay, but it just, when you're trying to get a model for cheap and get it up and running, it's the type of thing you don't really want to have to replace. So first things first, let's put this on the rolling road and see what happens. Okay, so we've got our rolling road here and we've got the standard Hornby controller, and if we turn that, we get the red power going through, so we know that's working. And these models have one bogie with the motor in it, and one bogie with the pickup for the other side of the track at the back. So you need both on the track, but we want the bogie with the motor to be sat on the rollers. So that's on there, and we turn the knob. And I don't know whether you can see, but the red light's gone out. So somewhere in there we've got a short circuit, which isn't a great start, but we'll turn that off. And we'll start by taking this apart. Now, one of the reasons I really like these models is you don't actually have to take the bodywork apart to have a look at what's going on inside. All you need to do is get a little screwdriver, and there's a little clip up inside there. And if you start with the one that doesn't have the motor in it first, just pop it. So you should be able to see it's got that little clip, and then that just unhooks. And then we can just unplug the wire. So another really good thing about this, no soldering, it's all spade connectors. And we just pop that to one side. And we do the same with this end. Pop that in there and just lever it out. So again, same way. And it should just unhook and it will pull that wire through with it. So now we've got the motor, and we've got the other connection. So what we can do first of all is let's just unplug these spade connectors and see what the motor's up to, whether it's still working. I've got crocodile clips here connected up to the positive and negative on the motor, and I'm just going to give the power another try. And the red light stayed on this time, but not a lot is happening. It is wanting to turn, but there's something, oh, we've got a bit of smoke. So I think there's something not quite right with that motor. So these motors are really quite cheap. They're really fiddly if you try and fix them. So the easiest thing to do is to simply swap them out and replace them. And fortunately, I thought this might be the case, so I have another motor spare. You can pick these up from Peter's Spares or eBay. Mine actually came out of an assembly. I think this cost me $6.99 on eBay. So again, so far I paid £4 for the extra bodywork that was chipped and £6 for this, so not doing a great job at the moment. And the smoke from that motor absolutely stinks. So what we'll do is now disconnect this from the power and swap out the motor. Okay, so we've got one screw here that needs to come out, and that's what holds the motor in place. Let's take a little flathead screwdriver and unscrew this. See if that's done the job. Oh dear, and that's not a good sign. So this is all meant to be one piece, and that's actually broken away. I don't know if you can see here, that's snapped. So we might have to do a bit of super gluing there. And then the motor's got another bit here that holds it in. It just clips on under, so if you move it backwards and lift it out, it should just come away. So you're going to need the worm drive, and that should pull off, or you can try and lever it. There we go. And we take our new motor, pop that on there. And what we'll do is we'll fit that back on there. And you're going to need the bit off the back here as well. Now what I'll do is actually I'll go away and glue that now, and then we can come back and reassemble this, okay? That part is now gluing. I've just used a bit of super glue on that. If I was doing this for a model that I was planning on selling on, I'd have ordered the part new, but I'm planning on keeping this model, so I'm not too bothered if it's got a super glued part in it. Just to say, just to prove that the motor is the problem here and it's not something to do with the gears or the wheels. These spin really nicely and freely, so you can give those a spin. All the cogs are turning, and it is definitely the motor that's the problem here, not something that's stuck and causing the motor to be put under some stress. So as soon as we get a new motor in there, I'm hopeful that this will run really smoothly. Right, so the part I've super glued is dry, so I'm ready to just pop that onto the back of the new motor. It fits on there nicely. And we are ready to drop that back onto the bogie. Connect it up to the cogs. So just have to make sure that that worm gear is sitting correctly, and that collar is clipped under. There's a metal hook there on either side for it to hook under, and then we can drop the screw back in. It's a bit fiddly. There we go, and we do that up. So we'll pop that back on the rolling road, put some power into there. For now we won't bother with the spade connectors, just check that the motor's working and everything's turning okay. So we're back on the rolling road now. I've got my power connected up, and we're going to give the Hornby controller a quick spin. Put it up to half power, and there we go. As I said, when I spun the wheels, they did spin fairly freely. What I'll do is, once I've got this all together, I'm happy with it, I'll give it a quick service another time, cleaning the wheels and lubricating everything. But it doesn't look like it's in urgent need of it right now, and it's probably a video for a different time. But I'm pretty pleased with how that's looking at the moment. Alright, let's turn that off. Right, so now let's get the second bogie wired up. So as I said, on this model you've got these, let's see if I can show you, you've got spade connectors, which makes connecting everything up really easy. You've got two connectors that go onto the pickups on the wheels, one on the rear bogie, one on the front, and you've got two connectors that go on either side of the motor. And you've got this capacitor that runs between the two. Okay, let's hook this all up. So you want the two that have the capacitor between them to connect to the motor. That's not the tightest of fits, so we might have to tighten that one up. Maybe with a pair of pliers at some point. And then this one just slots onto that's a really nice fit. So you've got these two either side of the motor and that one on the pickups on there. And then this one goes on the pickups over here. Let's see if I can show you that. So this one's picking up the power from this rail, this one's picking up the power from the other rail, and then it's going through the motor. So again, we'll turn this on and see whether we get a result. And there we go. So that's the electrics working again. Now we'll move on to the body. Okay, so now we're going to replace the body, and this is a bit tricky because getting this out is a real pain. So you've got a clip here, you've got a clip here, and you've got 4 clips there, and I can already see someone's tried to take this off already, and there's one of those missing, and that's the problem with this. So what we can do is if we squeeze there, you should be able to get those out. And again, if we squeeze here, those come out. And then we've got these end clips, so you can get a nail in there maybe. You might need a screwdriver, but we're going to have to be really careful. So that's come away. And the weights on this model are actually in the ends, so you've got to make sure they don't drop out. Let's put that down. We've got another clip here. This one's already broken as well, so someone's had a real go at this model. So that's the top off. So this is now hooked under here, so we need there you go, and that's the other one out. So we don't need that anymore because that's chipped and broken. You might want to salvage the glazing. Someone might be interested in that. Yeah, I'll say this is the weight that fits in there. So now let's fit our new body. So it's got all 4 clips, all the glazing in place. And the first thing we're going to do is slide these into position. So you see on here they've got, get this to focus, you've got these clips here that go into here. easiest thing to do is to put it in between the glazing and then push downwards. And that's that one in. You do have to be a bit confident with this because it doesn't feel great and it feels like things could snap at any moment. So we get half in and we are pushing down on the inside tab here and that's clicked in. So that all looks good to me. And now we can pop it back on the base. There is a right and wrong way round to put this on, in fact. So if you see here, we've got these plastic alignments in the middle, and here you've got plastic slots. So you see, if you would put it on that way around, they wouldn't match up. So they have to go on that way around. So with that in mind, I'm going to start by slotting the end tab through. And you can see this one's already bending, which isn't a great sign. Pop that onto there. And then we've got these grey clips on the inside. So those are all in. Right, so the bodywork has just about gone on, and now we can put the bogies back in. Okay, so we're ready to put the bogies back in. We'll start by feeding this wire through, making sure all the wires are inside. You can hook that underneath and then just push so that clips back in. Then take the wire from there and slide it onto there. It's nice and tight. And then again, this hooks into here and there we have it. So we'll pop it back on the rolling road and see whether it still works. So we're back on the rolling road. Give it some power. That all seems to be working. Put it up to full speed. That all seems to be working fairly well. So there we go, we've got the complete model, paid 23 quid for it, had to pay £4 for the new bodywork, had to pay, I think I paid £5 or £6 for the motor, but you can actually get those a lot cheaper on from eBay. Just make sure you get the one with the right voltage. And there we go. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, then please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll try to put some video up of this guy running around Little Wicket in the near future. Hopefully see you soon.